information on the NR website, I read in the proposal for the state budget for next year, the government is now in favor of allowing foreign students to pay for studies in Norway. NR is informed. Hello everybody, welcome again to another video. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Amma Oslo, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back again. It's somewhat a sad moment, a sad period, a sad time for so many students like me here in Norway. We just got the news that the parliament has presented the budget to institute tuition fees for international students coming to study in Norway. Norway is one of the few countries that has free tuition universities for both foreign students and nationals. This is mainly for public universities here in Norway. Private universities are private, of course, and you would have to pay tuition fees. But now, this is a sad reality, and it's so scary to know that we might have to start paying tuition fees. You only have to pay just a little amount of, say, 30 to 40 euros in semester fees every semester. Our worst nightmare is coming to reality because most countries around Norway, like Denmark, Sweden, they all have tuition paying universities. To go to school there, you would have to pay tuition fee, and Norway has been so kind to us and we've not had to pay tuition fees. So it's like we've been afraid of this happening, and then now it's knocking right at our doorsteps because it's been a debate over the years, and I think they're just going to get done with it and then be like, let them stop paying. And it's quite unsure how the proposal is going to be like when it's fully instituted, but then Denmark and Sweden follow the same pattern of they excluding EU and EEA students from paying fees, and some students that have the permanent residence of that country. So it's quite unsure how much it's going to be, how it's going to be, whether there will be a reduction in the living expenses we have to show when we are coming to study. It is just uncertain, and at this point all we can do is to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. As an economist, I believe in spillovers. We coming here not paying tuition fee, we get to pay that in other ways. Coming from countries outside the EU, we have to document our living expenses for a whole year. Everything finishes within a year. Like, honestly, the calculation is so good that everything finishes, and sometimes it's not even enough. So now imagine having to raise that. I don't know how it's going to be when the budget has been put in place, but imagine having to raise tuition fees in addition to your living expenses because the country is expensive. It's always good to have something to fall back on, honestly speaking. So indirectly, government gets their money back. The free tuition is just a bait to bring us into the country, and then we start to return the money back in bits, in smaller bits, because you go to the grocery shop, things are very expensive. You decide to go on a dinner outside in a restaurant, things are expensive. Transportation, don't even talk about that. It is so expensive. And that is one way we pay, and for those working, you pay tax. Now let's come to the facts, to the areas where we fall in love with the country and then we decide to stay back. Staying back, we start working in the economy and in our salary. This money doesn't reflect back in our country. That is just an hypothetical situation. Not everybody remains back, but then for the very few that do, they contribute positively to the economy. So it's like a spillover, and considering the fact that it is no tuition, I was expecting to come to Norway and come and see a host of international students here in my class, like a host of them, or to just go in town and see foreign students everywhere on the streets, like, but then the number of foreign students in this country is still few. So instituting that, I feel government is going to be at disadvantage in the future. It is bad to make guesses, but this should be studied through data. And if government feels they're going to be better off, then fine, we'll just have to find another place for ourselves. But then, honestly, I think it's not going to be beneficial. There's been a couple of reactions on this from student council and head of student bodies on my campus, for instance, and it's really interesting the mixed reactions I'm seeing. Some people are in favor of this and some people are not in favor of this. I read a comment of someone saying that it's going to limit the quality because now it's who has money that will come here and not those that are very good. So now the selection will be for those that have the purchasing power, not for those that have the ability to study, if that makes sense. So if you're smart and you don't have money, if you're intelligent, you don't have money, you have no place here. So for those that don't really do good but you have the money to pay, you'll be allowed. So that's going to in a way dwindle with the quality of education. Well, I share in that view, and it was quite surprising that some students are agreeing to this, but I think they're not international students. They claim that having to pay fees in countries outside for Norwegian students that go for exchange programs outside, it's also wise for those coming to study in Norway to pay tuition fees. Some are also saying that Norway would not have been their first choice if it was not tuition free. And I see this rather general for almost everybody because it's something that draws you in, and then you come and realize that, oh my god, their education is like of high quality, because you feel, okay, it's tuition free, maybe you're just going to earn your degree and then go. But no, I can tell you the tuition here is so good. Like, I can attest to that. The tuition here is so good that the quality of education here is as good as those paying in millions in other countries. And it's not really expressed that loud how quality it is. Instituting tuition fee would just be, it's just dwindle everything. No one's eyes will even set to this place at all, unless people like me that have passed through it and then I saw how good it was and then I recommend. My major stance is on the fact that many students will not be here. There will be just very few international students in this country, and it's going to take the country back. Honestly speaking, it's going to take, because we come with our from different parts of the world, we come with different ideologies, different cultural backgrounds, different experiences. We bring it together to solve like very, very outstanding cases. We are all against this move, and we are hoping that this proposal is not going to be implemented, and we just hope it's a rumor that is not going to happen, because now everyone is in a sad mood. We are in an uncertain time. We don't know what's going to happen. And I just fear for those that will be coming after me, because now it's not for me. I'm fighting for the next set. Hopefully I don't get to pay tuition fee. I get the money for. They said we should start paying school fees from next semester. It's not even funny because it's reality. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this. If you would still come to study in Norway if Norway is no longer tuition free. I know Norway offers like very good quality education, but then is it going to be your first choice? Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.